Lionel Messi, the footballing genius, stylistic savant, goal-scoring wonder boy, and training ground hothead? No, that doesn't make sense, does it? Well, if you don't believe me, it's your lucky day, because you're about to find out the real reason why Messi went into a fit of rage during one memorable training session with FC Barcelona. Leo Messi is usually a quiet, reserved character, but during one practice session back when he was just 22 years old, La Pulga's kind nature was put to the test. Barcelona's first team were competing in a standard game between themselves across half a pitch. And then, boom, a hard foul on Messi. Of course, the diminutive superstar gets to his feet expecting a foul to be called. Because, hey, that's what happens during every game, right? Well, unfortunately for Messi, Pep Guardiola had different ideas, running onto the pitch to call a no foul. What happened next is a thing of legend in the halls of the Camp Nou. Still furious, Messi told the goalkeeper to give him the ball. Rafa Marquez recalls, he dribbled past one player, 2, 3, turned around and dribbled them again. Messi had an axe to grind. He felt he wasn't getting treated like the star he believed he was. So that's just what Messi did. He did everybody dirty. Like FIFA scoring with your goalkeeper dirty. Like using the editor feature on Football Manager dirty. I mean, whoa! It's not that Messi dribbled through everybody the first time. If he had shot the ball, I'm sure everybody would have just marveled at his brilliance and moved on. The only thing Messi didn't do was score the ball. But Messi wasn't happy with people being impressed. He wanted to humiliate them. So he brought the ball back up and went at them again. He didn't let the ball go for a second, Rafa Marquez told reporters. The only thing Messi didn't do was score the ball. Why? Because that's not what he wanted to do. Rafa Marquez told Spanish sports channel Tudene they gave him, Messi, the ball and he began to mock one player and then another with his tricks. Then he reached the goal and did not score. Anyway, as you can understand, his teammates were not that impressed with his actions. According to reports, Messi's teammates began to shout and argue with the future superstar. Oh yeah, Messi was furious. His teammates were furious. Everybody was angry. Talk about team bonding. So of course, Pep Guardiola had to step in to calm things down. Rafa Marquez detailed what he remembers from the situation. He was so angry he started yelling at us and we started arguing, until Pep stopped him and asked him to calm down. He went straight to Leo because I had a better chance of being in the squad because I had more experience when Messi was still young. But wait, there's more. Former Barcelona manager Ronald Koeman recently spoke of Messi being a tyrant on the training pitch. Apparently, Messi was once furious when the senior team lost a training game rondo exercise to the team's younger players. Possibly the B team or youth team, I don't know, let your mind run wild on that one. Anyway, Koeman can recall Messi's attitude in training after that loss, and it wasn't a pretty sight. With him, the older players never lost an exercise against the young. It happened once, and Messi was seriously angry about that for a week. Really, a tyrant. Now, we don't know what Messi did in the training sessions to follow that got him labeled a tyrant, but we can be sure he was brooding around the training ground, possibly never passing the ball and just running slaloms around his teammates. Or maybe Messi decided to play rondo games against the youth teams constantly, to show them who's boss. Now, in case you're wondering what a rondo exercise is, here's how Koeman described it. We always play rondo before training. If the ball goes around 20 times, then the players in the middle must have an extra turn. If that happens 3 times in a row, the players will form 2 lines, and the 2 who are in the middle then walk through and get taps on their heads and such. I mean, losing the game doesn't sound that bad. And we have no idea what those kids were saying when they got into the changing room. Can you imagine the banter, the name-calling? Yeah, maybe I understand a little bit. I wonder how many times Messi dribbled around his teammates in practice through that week. And I wonder if Koeman had to separate the team on those occasions too. Messi must have had enough of all the attention from the fans waiting outside the training ground. Perhaps it was the same people every time. Maybe he had just lost a game of rondo or had been fouled too hard. Whatever the reason was, Messi decided to let the fans know he wasn't happy with what they were doing. Messi spoke to the fans waiting outside for him, asking them, Why do you always want the same videos? You've already done loads of videos like that. You can't be here every day doing the same thing. Do you think it's normal? Those fans got to video the global superstar in a different light. The world saw a different side of the goal-scoring maestro. Outbursts like these at fans or his teammates are part of who Messi is. He trains and lives like a true champion with a fire in his belly. The human torch, always capable of getting hot in an instant. I mean, we're talking about a 7-time Ballon d'Or winner. You don't win football's most prestigious trophy without having incredibly high standards. Former manager Quique Setién spoke about Messi's intensity shortly after he was released as Barcelona's manager. There's another facet beyond just the player, and it's more difficult to manage, much more difficult. It's something inherent in many athletes that can be seen in the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. You see things you don't expect, Setién continued. He's very reserved, but he makes you see the things that he wants. He doesn't talk much. And those standards aren't just for Messi himself. No, he holds every teammate and coach accountable too. Not just to be the best they can be, but to push others to be their best too. He even holds his opponents to a similar standard. Girona defender Pablo Maffeo recalls the time he was tasked with man-marking Messi and the choice words the superstar had for him during the game. Playing like that, the individual marking, is a bit Messi himself has also spoken on his thoughts about the physical aspects of the game. I've never been one who complains. I think physical contact and kicks are part of the game. But he expects you to play fair. If you foul him, admit it. That's why when Messi felt like he had been fouled, he became so angry. Because how can you improve when you cheat? If you resort to fouling Messi, then you're admitting you can't beat him. And for his own teammates, this was unacceptable. It's the same reason why Messi hated losing to the youth team in a game of Rondo. How can you win La Liga or the Champions League if you can't beat a bunch of kids in a training exercise? Of course, Messi isn't all bad. He's only going into fits of rage because he expects the best. And while La Pulga is known to get heated sometimes, he's also considered to be an exceptional teammate who adores his fans. But still, after more than a decade at the top of his game, Messi has rarely been aggressive to his teammates and fans. Sure, it happens because he wants to win. But Messi has been one of the world's best players for over a decade. You don't get to that level of skill and accomplishment without having some form of edge to your personality. So, of course, there will be occasions where he blows up on the training ground or on the pitch. But that's what drove him to the level of success he enjoys today. Well, that and being insanely talented, of course. But to hear a story about how he put the entire team of skates is brilliant. We've all tried to do that on the playground or in the park, but maybe that's not as impressive.